This is Rashi Gaur, Global Consultant for Astrology, Numerology, Vastu and Feng Shui. And today I'm going to be bringing you this week's astrology tips starting from the week of 6th of November. But along with that, there is a very special tip for you, which is all about Dhanteras. What should you be buying on Dhanteras and what is it that you should not be buying? Do not miss that. Along with that, there is also a very big transit that has taken place astrologically, which means that after 18 months, Rahu, the north node of the moon, has changed its house from Aquarius to Pisces, the water sign. How are these 18 months going to be impacted with this new transit of Rahu? I'm also going to be telling you as per your astrology signs. So this is going to be a very exciting prediction for you. Let's get started. Aries. So first and foremost, let's find out how Rahu is going to be impacting you in these 18 months. Rahu moves into your 12th house. And the dispositor of the 12th house, Jupiter, is in your first house, which means that there could be many opportunities for you to either travel abroad or even to settle abroad. If you're looking for a foreign settlement or some opportunity from the overseas, this is your time. But along with that, learn to zip up your purse because expenses can be really high, and be watchful of your health in these 18 months. Now about this week's prediction, let's find out what's in store for you. Like I said, expenses. Your expenses need to come down. Be very watchful about how you spend this week. Along with that, you also need to evaluate your words. Be watchful about how you speak, what you say to people, and what is your reaction to other people's thought process. The first half of the week can keep you very hot-headed, but if you're in a romantic relationship, this could actually mean passions burning high. As far as the second part of the week is concerned, suddenly your focus is going to be more career-oriented and you'd be focused more towards the pursuit of money. While doing so, be very careful that you do not ignore the demands of spouse, otherwise all hell could break loose. As far as colors are concerned, try not to wear too much red. You already have too much fire in you, so wear subtle tones of colors. For the next sign, Taurus. Let's see what this week holds for you. But before that, how is Rahu going to be impacting the next 18 months for you? Rahu is moving into your 11th house, which is the house of gains. These 18 months can be huge opportunities for you to make money and to focus on your career ambitions and to fulfill them. Especially for those of you who are in stock market, in marketing, those of you who are in liaison, who are in property business, real estate, this is really a good time for you to be making a lot of money, so do not waste this time. As far as this week's predictions are concerned, let's see what do you have in store. First and foremost, great week again to shine in your workplace. You can actually be appreciated and you can open new doors and new opportunities for yourself. As far as marital bliss is concerned, this can be achieved only and only if you watch what you're saying. So watch your words, do not react to any situation negatively, because if you are actually watchful and compassionate in your marriage, you can achieve a lot of bliss and maybe some passions too. But if you lose your cool, lose your temper, then expect the opposite reaction into your marriage. Those of you who are in love and who are dating, I would suggest that do not go into any serious commitment this week. In fact, a lot of you may find a new love affair into your life, but keep it easy breezy. Don't make it too serious, because chances are that if you are looking at a serious relationship, perhaps that person is not looking at this relationship the same way. So wait it out to see how it unfolds. For those of you who are preparing for your exams or students, word of caution, do not take things lightly and please do not take shortcuts. Moving to the next sign, Gemini. Let's see what Rahu brings to you moving into your 10th house. 10th house is a house of profession. Here, what is going to happen is that all those of you who've been facing a lot of stagnation at work, suddenly you will see new opportunities opening up for you. That stagnation is going to come to an end and there's going to be a movement in a good positive way. This is a time to not let anxiety take over. Be very watchful of your thought process, because whatever it is that you create during these 18 months can be talked about for years to come. So do not waste this time. Get up and get moving. As far as your weekly prediction is concerned, well, this is what is there in store for you. You're going to get a lot of support in your workplace, and you're also going to get a lot of support from your spouse. Spouse can actually come across with a lot of advice to you, which is going to be very helpful for you. In the work front, you actually have a chance of creating something wonderful or getting a recognition for something. As far as socializing is concerned, here again, you will be doing a lot of socializing, and at the same time, you can meet somebody who can be a mentor to you. As far as students are concerned, again, you will be beating your competition easy. Overall, it's quite an interesting week for Geminis, so go ahead and make good use of it. For Cancer zodiac sign, let's see how Rahu is going to impact you in the next 18 months. Rahu moves into your 9th house. It is time to really think out of the box, because that is going to open many creative outputs and ideas for you. As far as your father's health is concerned or your relationship with father is concerned, try and be a little careful and try and be a little watchful. For those of you who are planning to settle abroad, for those of you who are planning to move abroad for higher studies, this is perhaps your time. As far as your weekly predictions are concerned, let's see what we have in store for you. Again, this is a time to focus on your creativity, to focus on out-of-box ideas. So think big, think different, and this is going to take you forward in your career success. In fact, this is a week where you should be putting a lot of focus in your career rather than in matters of the house. Try and disengage from any volatile situation which is being created in the house, and especially for all those of you who are actually getting into a situation which is difficult with the mother, try and move away from it or walk away from it. Otherwise, things can be a little difficult. There could actually be a sudden windfall, or you just may be getting some rewards or awards or a sudden windfall in terms of money through your in-laws. Overall, this is a week where you must disengage from all activities or volatile situations on the home front and focus more on your career and more on your work, because that is where your profits lie this week. What do we have for Leo this week? Before that, Rahu. Rahu enters your 8th house. 8th house is not a particularly easy house for Rahu to be in. But what is it that you should keep in mind for the next 18 months with Rahu being here? 8th house is all about research, deep learning, purpose of life. So these 18 months focus more about attaining your purpose of life. Find out the deeper meaning of life. Try and focus on elevating yourself. Try and upskill yourself. Try and learn something new. Try and do that research that you've been wanting to do. And also attach yourself to yoga and meditation practices, because this is really going to help you if you feel anxiety in your mind. Now coming to your weekly predictions. Again, the first half of the week, be a little careful in terms of anxiety, low moods, or lot of chaos that you could feel. You may find it difficult to go through the week, but as the week progresses towards the second half, you will start to see a shift in your energy, where you will be very happy, wanting to spend some lovely time with your family and friends. Break into festivities. Remember, this is a wonderful week to let loose a little and to spend time with your loved ones, to enjoy yourself. Don't take life too seriously this week. Don't be too engrossed in your work, otherwise you may find balance coming to you far more difficult. As far as love is concerned, if you're already dating someone, he or she could actually be coming to you with a proposal this week. And if you're not in love, you may actually find someone to fall in love with, which could be a serious relationship. Other than that, you can actually entertain people in your own house, and you will end up being a perfect host. Enjoy the sweet littles of life. And for the weekly predictions for Virgos for the week of 6th of November. As far as this particular week is concerned, remember, you have a debilitated Venus sitting in your first house. What does this mean? This means that you will be very money driven. Money will be high on your agenda. And as far as your expectations from your spouse are concerned, there'll be many expectations, but the spouse will not be able to deliver those expectations. So the best way forward is actually not to have any expectations from anyone, no expectations from lover, no expectations from spouse, and be more focused on being more creative driven, Think of some interesting ideas that you can move forward with, and do not expect too much in matters of love and in matters of marriage. As long as you're utilizing this time to make money, this week is going to be great for you. And as long as you don't take life too seriously in terms of relationship, again, this week is going to be good for you. For students, all I would say is that please do not take any shortcuts and do not be distracted, because if you're distracted, you will actually lose out on doing something wonderful in terms of your exams or in terms of whatever it is that you're planning to do. So this is a week to be more focused, to be more creative, to be more constructive, and to not expect too much from others. In Libra, let's see how Rahu impacts you in these 18 months. For you, Rahu moves into your 6th house. This is a house of competition, and this is actually a good movement for Rahu. Here you'd be able to beat competition, and most importantly, you will be able to create your wealth and asset in these 18 months. So think long term, think investment in these 18 months, but be slightly careful with your health. If there are any health issues, go to the doctor, but take more than one advice. As far as your weekly predictions are concerned, well, for this week, all I can say is that the first half really starts in a lot of vigor, in a lot of excitement, where you'd be heavily socializing, could even throw parties in your own house, and could be meeting your friends and family, a perfect time. But as the week progresses to the second half, you may suddenly be drawn to overthinking, you may go through low moods, and perhaps this little anxiousness could also bring a little bit of a bitter temperament in terms of how you speak and what you say. The saving grace is your spouse, who's going to come across as very, very supportive. Remember one thing, it's the words that can make all the difference. If you use your words in terms of negative, creating negative situations or creating negative drama, it can actually ruin everything beautiful that is in store for you this week. So try and manage your emotions. Do not be too egoistic. Do not be too bitter with your words, and focus on the good things that life is bringing to you. That's all that you have to keep in mind as you go through this particular week. Scorpio, let's see how Rahu is going to impact your 18 months. Rahu moves into your 5th house. Now, 5th house is a house of creativity. This is really a time to be more creative, to start thinking new ideas. This is also the time to learn something new. Take up a course that is going to value add to your life. All those of you who are students and who are wanting to go abroad for higher studies, these 18 months can actually open avenues for you. As far as your health is concerned, be a little watchful and try not to get into bad eating habits. Let's see what this week has for you though. As far as this week's prediction is concerned, well, this is a week where you will all be fired up in terms of your work in the first half of the week. So much so that the spouse may actually demand more attention from you. Remember, this is the festive week, and it is all right to take out some amount of time for your spouse and to indulge them every once in a while. As far as driving is concerned, please be careful and do not get into rash driving. Do not be overindulgent with your eating habits also. The second half of the week can actually make you overindulgent in terms of food, in terms of socializing. So what I would really tell you in terms of your prediction for this week is that be well balanced. Do not work too much or do not party too hard. As far as love is concerned, a lot of you will attract a new partner into your life, but do not be very, very quick in taking a decision as far as they are concerned. They may look like the perfect love affair to you, but over a period of time, it may turn out to be something that you did not really want or expect. So wait it out and see how this pans out for you. For Sagittarius, let's see how Rahu is going to impact your life in the next 18 months. Rahu moves into your 4th house. 4th house is generally a house that symbolizes a new house, a new vehicle. So these 18 months can actually be making you very, very focused in areas of your home. You could be upscaling your home, you could be redoing your home, you could be renovating your home, or maybe even buy a new property for yourself. A lot of you could actually be changing your home And during this time, a lot of you could be leaving your house to go and start working elsewhere. Be open to all the opportunities that are coming your way and learn to stay focused on your work. As far as your weekly predictions are concerned, I would say it's a fairly good week for Sagittarians. In terms of work and play, you're going to be able to create the right kind of balance. A lot of you may actually be attracting a new proposal to yourself, and you just may be saying yes to get married. As far as spouse is concerned, it's going to be a great time. However, a word of caution when it comes to your professional life. While it's all good in terms of your career progress or success, or you achieving whatever goals you have set for yourself this week, just be very, very careful of a woman colleague at work. A woman could become the reason of some sort of negative situation that can be created in your life. So be very watchful of that. In fact, if there is a woman colleague that you have, whether you're a man or a woman, be very careful how you talk to them and how you express yourself to that. Because anything said unintentionally could lead to something which could create a problem in your life. Other than that, there is nothing really to worry about. Enjoy this festive week for yourself. Capricorn, in the next 18 months, Rahu moves into your third house. Now this is a good placement for Rahu. Rahu does well in the third house. Suddenly you'll be brimming with ideas. You'll be meeting a lot of people. Your creative output is going to be excellent. And actually, for those of you who are in a creative field such as acting, dance, drama, you can see a new way of expressions in these 18 months. A lot of new people will come your way. Utilize this time, because these 18 months can actually open a lot of opportunities for you. As far as your home is concerned, you will actually also start thinking of new ways to do up your home, or even to buy yourself a property. Now, coming to this week's predictions, what do we have for this week? Again, good time. Rahu's moved out of the fourth house, and suddenly you will see this weight lifting off you. You'll be more focused about your work, suddenly more opportunities. There may actually be creation of wealth and assets in your life. However, remember one thing, that high-headedness which generally comes with success is actually a mother of all mess-ups most of the times. So as long as you remember not to be high-headed, not to let ego and pride come in the way, to be humble, to keep moving forward with that structure in your mind, this week can actually open up a lot of opportunities for you. You will get the support of your spouse. You will be socializing. You will also be working. It will be a perfect time for you to be able to balance all of these things in your life. If you're in a romantic relationship, you can actually expect a lot of support from your romantic partner as well. Overall, it's a good week. Like I said, be careful. Do not let high-headedness come in the way. Aquarius, the sign for which Rahu moves into your second house. How is Rahu going to impact you for the next 18 months? See, second house is symbolic of your speech. Second house is also symbolic of your tongue, about your food habits, and second house is symbolic of your family. So in these 18 months to come, you have to be very watchful about what you say to people, because your tongue could get bitter and that could hurt people. You may also overindulge in eating. So be very watchful what you eat, because these 18 months can actually lead you to overeating and disrupting your entire palate. As far as your weekly predictions are concerned, this is a week again to be very, very careful about what you speak and how you speak, especially about your own strong opinions. And you may just have very, very strong opinions this week about a certain matter, and especially about your religious beliefs. What I would say is that keep your ideas and your thoughts to yourself. Whatever it is that you communicate this week could actually very strongly be misinterpreted by people. And trust me, you don't want it. We are during the festive week. It is best to keep yourself simple, to watch your words, to speak as little, and to be very, very ethical. Your own opinions can stay with yourself. Just be easy breezy in terms of relationship. However, some of you may attract a new love interest or a love affair at work. Even when this happens to you, again, stay simple. Do not read too much into it, and go with the flow. Let this week pass, and we will think about what we have to do or how we have to proceed next week.
Pisces,
Let's see what Rahu is bringing to you in these 18 months. Well, for you, Rahu has moved into your first house, and first house is symbolic of you. Now, first house is a tricky house because here Rahu will make you do what you allow Rahu to do. Rahu can give you a lot of opportunities. You can really work on yourself because of course the focus is going to shift more to you. And here you can be creative, you can create some great ideas for yourself. The only thing that you have to remember is that while Rahu is in your first house, you must learn to not be indecisive. You must learn to ground your energies, and one of the best ways that you can do that is by bringing a mentor to your life. If you have a guru, a teacher, a guide, a mentor, a philosopher in your life, it could be anybody. You will be able to create a beautiful path for yourself. Remember, Rahu can make you go this way or that way. The choice is yours. Do you want to be constructive during these 18 months, or do you want to be destructive with your choices? Now coming to your weekly predictions. Well, for this week, the thing is that you are going to start focusing on yourself for a change, and it's a good thing. You'll be thinking more about yourself. You'll be wanting to get more freedom in your life. You'll be wanting to live life as per your own rules. And this is not perhaps going to go very well with your spouse, who is very, very used to your attention. With this lack of attention coming from you this week, your spouse may go elsewhere seeking that attention. So try and create that little balance. In-laws could be creating a little bit of a problem for you. And in fact, even with your own parents, especially with your mother, things may not be very, very comfortable or very smooth. So overall, what you have to do is that even if you want to live life as per your own choices, do not ignore what your family, your loved ones, your spouse are expecting from you. Keep their interests in mind as well and move forward with more righteous thought process, a correct thought process, more structured and a disciplined thought process. And if you feel that you're not being able to do that, go connect with nature. Go for a swim, go for a walk, take a nature walk, go do yoga, meditation. The moment you connect yourself to nature, you will see that the energies of this week start to turn miraculously in your favor. And as promised, the special Dhanteras tip for you. Dhanteras is falling on 10th of November. Most of us associate Dhanteras with wealth. So we go and buy things which are related to wealth on Dhanteras. But did you know that Dhanteras actually comes from Lord Dhanvantri, the god of Ayurveda? And hence, this is also the day where we pray for our good health and not only just for wealth and abundance in our family. So is Dhanteras on this day, what are the auspicious things that you can buy, and what are the things that you should definitely not buy? So when it comes to buying on Dhanteras, anything which is made of gold, silver or copper is great to buy. Idols of Lord Ganesha, Goddess Lakshmi, Lord Kuber and Lord Dhanvantri are great things to bring to your house because they bring good health and prosperity into your house. Other than that, Shri Yantra, which is the Lakshmi Yantra, Gomti Chakra, and even bringing broom into your house on that day is considered very, very auspicious. Along with that, you can open a new bank account, and you can also buy anything which is to do with jewelry which is made of gold or silver. Now, what are the things that you should not be buying? Be very careful and very watchful. If you want oil in your house, buy it before Dhanteras. Do not bring any oil into your house, and especially mustard oil, because that denotes Lord Shani. Along with that, do not buy anything which is black in color. Do not buy anything on Dhanteras which is made of plastic, which is made of iron, okay? And do not even buy artificial jewelry on Dhanteras. Do not buy anything which is made of leather. Do not pay back your loans on that particular day. So these are things that you have to keep in mind, and enjoy your festivities. Wish you all a very happy Dhanteras and a very, very prosperous Deepavali. This is Rashi Gaur. Once again, thank you.